Hey, thank you for joining me. This is What They Never Want You to Remember by Jason Gray. There comes a moment in every seeker's life when the noise can no longer drown the signal, when the static of lies begins to fade, and the unmistakable frequency of truth pierces through the matrix. If you are reading this, it is likely that moment is now. The truth is not hidden, it is ignored. It is buried beneath ridicule, gaslighting, and convenience, mocked by those who fear it, guarded by those who profit from your forgetting, and it begins with one of the greatest lies ever sold to the masses, that you are a meaningless accident on a spinning rock flying through infinite darkness. The lie of the globe. Let me begin with the absurd. We are told we live on a ball, spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, while the entire solar system moves through space at over 500,000 miles per hour. Remember, the stars never move. The constellations are the same now as they were thousands of years ago. The horizon remains flat. The oceans do not curve. We feel nothing. We are told that gravity holds trillions of tons of water to the bottom of this ball, yet a butterfly can glide with ease. We are told planes must dip their noses to compensate for the Earth's curve, but they never do. We are shown CGI and asked to believe it as proof. This is not science. This is sorcery. This is not astronomy. This is indoctrination. What is the cost of this belief? You believe you are insignificant. You believe you are alone. You believe truth is above your pay grade. This, what I'm flashing to right now are those images that says you are here, and it's like a dot in the middle of like the Milky Way or something. And, you know, some people are looking at it from the perspective of that's supposed to make your problems feel small. But it's exactly what he just said. It is to make you feel insignificant. It works in both ways. And subconsciously, it probably makes you feel insignificant. So it's actually, you know, trauma, abuse to say that kind of thing to somebody. Antarctica, the wall they fear you find. Ask yourself the following. Why is Antarctica the only place on Earth no civilian is allowed to freely explore? What is behind that wall of ice? What lies beyond the 60th parallel that requires an international treaty enforced by the world's most powerful militaries? What secret is so potent that nearly every major country in the world agreed to guard it, even during times of war? Could it be the edge? Could it be that we live in a contained realm, an enclosed system, just like the ancients, the scriptures, and the indigenous all taught? A world with boundaries, a world with purpose, a world designed. They told you the explorers went south and died. They told you it is all for environmental protection. They told you not to look too hard. If you actually did, you might see that the rulers of this realm never wanted you to know. There is more, much more. If you look at it on Google Earth too, you'll see some obscurities over that area. I used to work in some geographical information system stuff at my job, and I would kind of poke around over what was in Antarctica. And I was never able to see anything because it was like I would zoom into a certain point and then it would all be so pixelated I couldn't even see what was there. The digital mirror. You are not living in the world you think you are. The digital realm is not a tool, it is a mirror. The internet, your phone, your screen, it does not show you the world. It replicates it. In that replication, it edits, distorts, and loops. You live in a simulated mirror of a mirror where the unreal becomes the reference point for your reality. The Matrix was not fiction. It was disclosure, a warning buried in narrative. The simulation is not out there. It is right here, built on perception, repetition, and belief. They have created a holographic prison so complete that its inmates no longer believe they are trapped. They celebrate their slavery. They worship their wardens. Worst of all, they mock those who try to show them the exit. Once you begin to see the code, once you feel the glitch in your soul, there is no going back. I invite people to think deeply about those last few lines and exactly what he is saying. If we're all inside this system, how much of it we are worshiping without question, what we have lost track of, and what we have just kind of complacently gone along with, because it's harder to question than it is to speak up and ask the hard questions. So There's a lot to think about in this one. That's one of the reasons I wanted to read it. Okay, next section. Alone in the universe? The final insult to consciousness. You are alone. There is no creator. There is no design, no purpose, just random chance, a cosmic accident. Really? Look around you. Nature pulses with patterns so perfect they mirror fractals in sacred geometry. The Fibonacci sequence repeats from the spirals of galaxies to the shells on the beach. The human body is an electromagnetic antenna tuned to frequencies far beyond what we can see. We are awareness wrapped in flesh, not evolved apes. Next, they want you to believe you are the highest form of consciousness in an infinite void. How asleep must one be to honestly believe this? You are not alone. You never were. You are quarantined. Quarantined inside a dome of illusion, a test, a prison, a simulation designed not to kill you, but to deceive you, to distract you, to confuse your frequency. If you remembered, really remembered, you would become unstoppable. The government. The false gods of modernity. The government is not a protector. It is a puppeteer. It manufactures fear so it can offer safety. It controls food, water, information, and the airwaves. It lies on behalf of the architects who built the system you are stuck in. You are not governed. You are managed. These are not leaders. They are actors in a theater of control. If you honestly still believe they care about you, if you still trust their narratives after wars, false flags, economic collapses, pandemics, and broken promises, then you are not just asleep. You are dreaming someone else's dream. Wake up. What comes next? You have a choice. Continue living in the loop, safe, entertained, distracted, and forgetful, or crack the code. Pierce the veil. Reclaim the gnosis that was encoded in your very being long before you were born. This realm was never meant to enslave you. It was meant to test you, to offer you a chance to remember what they tried to erase, that you are divine, that this place is not infinite, but it is sacred, that beyond the wall is a sky they cannot own, a truth they cannot suppress forever. The matrix is cracking. Those who mock the truth will be the first to shatter. Those who remembered, they will walk through the breach of fire with their eye. They will walk through the breach of fire in their eyes. That is not conspiracy. It is cosmic literacy. Once you learn to read the signs, you will never unsee them again. Not in the sky, not in the mirror, not in the silence between thoughts. You were never alone. You were trapped. Not anymore. The simulation is collapsing. The veils are falling. The ones who remember are waking up now in numbers that can never be stopped. Jason Gray. #Winnipeg, #Manitoba, #Canada. Oh, I love it when he writes like this. It just puts so much fire in me, and I imagine it just puts so much fire in so many people. Yeah. And I hope so many people start using their voices, because I believe I shared this one on my Facebook also, because I think everybody needs to read it. It's I think there's something in here for even the most asleep person would be like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I think there are some very good nuggets that can do that in here. All right. Thank you. I'll see you next time.